What's up, Amazon sellers? If you are thinking about ways to source on Amazon and looking for something new, maybe slightly different, because your existing methodology is not getting the results you need, then wait no further, because today I am going to be showing you how to do storefront stalking manually yourself. So stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I have been selling on Amazon now for 4 years. Quite simply, I'm on a mission right now to do £1 million by the end of 2021. I'll drop a link to a video up there of how my journey is and what I'm doing. I document it, I write my budgets, I show you the results of the actual profits and where I'm succeeding and where I'm failing. So hopefully you can learn something too. But enough about me, what are we going to go through today? Let's go through it now. So first things first, I'm going to be talking about what storefront stalking is. Number 2, I'm going to share the pros and cons to storefront stalking and what you need to understand. Number 3, I'm going to share with you what you want to be looking for when doing storefront stalking. Number 4, I'm going to show you through how actually storefront stalking works and what to do on a live screen share on my laptop. And then finally, number 5, I'm going to share some top tips and tricks to how to take storefront stalking to the next level. So let's get into it now. Okay, first things first, what is storefront stalking? Well, quite simply, it's a way of finding deals by looking at what other sellers are selling. So quite simply, by seeing what other people are selling and trying to find a supplier for that, or maybe even the same suppliers as them, what you're doing is finding more opportunities by seeing what other sellers are selling on the Amazon marketplace, i.e. you're going to their storefront and you're stalking their storefront to find out what they're selling and finding the suppliers. That's it. Now, that leads me quite nicely onto the pros and cons of storefront stalking. So let's go through it now. First of all, I'll talk about the pros and then I'll go into the cons. So first things first is you're probably going to find products that you can sell. Why? Because other people are selling them. So quite simply, if someone else is selling it, you can definitely sell it as well. And it's going to have a less likely to have hazardous, it's less likely to be IP issues. And if you can get it at the right price, it's probably going to be more profitable as well. Now, also, because of the very nature of it, you're looking at other people's products, there's probably going to be a higher chance that you can actually find the deals, i.e. someone else is buying it, so they've already managed to find a supplier. So all you now need to do is go and find that supplier, and then you've obviously got the same deal as well. And then finally, what I'd say is it's maybe quite a bit easier in the fact that because you already know what products you need to reverse source, i.e. go and find the supplier for, it gives you quite a clear direction of what you need to do, i.e. find someone's store, work the way down it, just look for the suppliers for each of the products. Very simple. That leads me quite nicely onto the cons. What are the cons of doing storefront stalking? So number 1, it's still a time-consuming process. It's still manual. You are not guaranteed to get a certain number of results in much quicker time. It's still manual. And if you don't get it right, and I would specifically talk about the tips that I'm going to share at the end, it can be a very time-wasting process. So make sure you stay to the end of the tips, because that's going to really speed up your process. Now, the second part I'll talk about is if you don't know what you're looking at, it's very easy to get wrong. And we'll do this on the live screen share, but quite simply, when you're looking at the suppliers or the storefront that you're searching, you're seeing their selling price. You're not actually seeing the buy box price. So it's easy to make a mistake if you don't know that. So I really recommend watch the live sourcing. That's going to help you out. And then finally, with storefront stalking, it's controversial. The idea is the fact that you are actually going to someone else's store and you are basically trying to take the same or find the same information as them. So there's an ethical issue around it. And also as well, I'll add to that, you already know you've got competition because someone's already on it, so you're going to go find it. So if you can do this method, it means other people can do the method, and also as well, because someone's already selling it, there is already competition. So ethical and increased competition could be a big issue about that. So just be mindful. So quick question for you guys, do you use the storefront stalking method? Or let me ask you, is it something that you are maybe looking at trying? Drop it in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm really interested to see what you guys think of this method. Okay, so that leads me quite nicely onto the third section. Now, quite simply, this is about what you need to be doing in the process. So what I'll do now is I'll talk through what you need to do, and then obviously we'll go on to a live screen share and do that in the next section. So quite simply, before I jump into what you need to do, I'll really stress you need to understand the process behind reverse sourcing. This is whereby you have a product already that you've got, i.e., let's say for example Lego on Amazon, and then you need to go and find the suppliers. So what I'll do is I'll drop a link up here to a video that I created about reverse sourcing. Make sure you've watched that first, and then obviously come back to this if you don't know what reverse sourcing is, to find the suppliers of a product. Now, quite simply, what do you need to do? Well, first things first, obviously, when you're doing storefront stalking, you need to go find a storefront. So go find another seller, and we'll show you how I might do that in the live stream. So find another seller. Now, quite simply, you want to filter and make sure that you're choosing the sellers due to a certain criteria, and we'll talk about that in the tips and tricks. But what you're looking for is, when you're reviewing the deals that that seller has, make sure they meet your criteria. Now, it might be the case that you're looking for a certain number of sales per month. It might be the case that you're saying, I want products that are selling between 20 and 50 pounds. So you're going to discard all the cheaper products. For you, quite simply, make sure that the products that you're reverse sourcing or storefront stalking then meet the criteria that you're after. So maybe doing the keeper analysis, maybe looking at all the information about that deal first to say, if I can get this for the right price, would I then be happy? So once you've found that, then go through the reverse sourcing process for that product. So it might be that I go to a seller, I find 10 products that they're selling, I can see 2 of them are too cheap, maybe 2 of them are FBM, and then finally 3 of them are FBA and they meet my criteria, and I've done the analysis on those 3 deals. And then for each of those 3 products that that seller is selling, I will then use a reverse sourcing method to go and find a supplier for them so that I can later buy them and resell them on the same listings as that seller I just found. So that is quite simply what you're looking at doing. Now let's jump on the computer and do a live screen share showing you what you actually need to know. Right, what I will say is just stay to the end. Why? Because we're going to do a live screen share here, but I'm just going to share some top tips with you at the end. It's just going to make sure that you're doing this process right. It's very easy to get wrong, and if you do get it wrong, it becomes very, very time consuming. So at the end, I'll share some top things that are going to help you out. Okay, so let's now go through and do some live sourcing on how to do storefront stalking manually. So let's jump on the computer and I'll go through that now with you. Okay, so first things first, I've just quite simply loaded into Amazon, and what I really want to do is probably find a product that's going to meet my criteria. So let's just go for example like Lego. Oh no, actually do Playmobil. I like Playmobil. So Playmobil, fine. Now what I'm going to do is just wait for this to scroll down, load. What I'm looking at are the products. Now what I'm looking at here is it's showing me all the Playmobil products, and it's going to show me them in rank order. So obviously the best selling product will be at the top, and then as we go down it's going to get worse. And what I'm actually using is a DS Quick View here, and I'm going to be looking for ones whereby probably Amazon's not on the listing. So I just want to kind of see, like, is there, are there third-party sellers? Maybe not Amazon listing, not too much of a problem. So this one, let's say for example there's 6 sellers on there, and what I might do is say, are there any sellers on this DeLorean? So what are this product? So quite simply here, what I can see is when I jump in, I can see straight away that there is a seller here called Sap. Let's scroll down. Sap Style. They are a seller on here. Now what I might be interested in saying is, like, actually that seller is competing on a very competitive product at a price which is quite competitive. So I might click on them and I want to see their store. So what I'm going to do is see that they've got information here and they're a seller. So generally speaking, they've got a reasonable number of reviews. So they've been selling for a while, but not too high. If I kind of go to their products, what I'm going to look at is quite simply here, what kind of products they're selling. They've got 220. And I can see just by a quick skim, they are all pretty much FBA, fulfillment by Prime. Apart from that one seems to be a merchant fulfilled, but they do a lot of fulfillment by Prime. Now what I'm going to do is quite simply just choose one product. So like, let's say for example here, I know this one, that's fine. Let's say Mega Blocks. What I'm going to look at is open this product up. Now I want to see what's this product, because they found this product to sell, and it's to say, now can I take that product and reverse source it and look for a supplier. So the one thing which I need to be aware of, and I think for you need to be aware of as well, is that when you're looking at these products and when you do this thing, right now, when I load up this price, I'm going to see the price of this seller, and it might not be that that is the actual buy box price. Let's take it for example. If I scroll down and just grab the ASIN, so down here, grab the ASIN, and then what I'm going to do is quite simply, if I load this up into Amazon, so amazon.co.uk/dp/the-ASIN. Now we'll see what the price is going for. So you can see here the price now is £10, but when we click the link from the supplier, it was showing us £14.11. Why is that? Because Amazon only shows that price from that one seller. So if we were going to look for this product, is to say that this seller is selling it for £14.11, but the buy box price today is £10. You need to really be aware of that. But there might be a reason why he's selling it for 14, so we don't know. So let's have a quick look. What I can see is that just on the keeper chart, so zoom in, historically it's always sold for about $12.95. Amazon have come off the listing sometimes, but the FBA price has always been about £14.11. So it might be the case that we're interested in this product. And let's say, for example, we were, what would we do? Well, if this is the product we like, and we say that if I could find the price of the seller at the right price, what am I going to do? I'm just going to quite simply take the actual product and I'm going to search it. I'm going to search it on Google and I'm going to look for a supplier who's selling it. So you can see right here, we've got like Argos £10 Entertainer, you've got Bargain Max, and we're going to go through the results and look for anyone who might be selling this at a discount or maybe a certain price to say that actually we can get this cheaper. Right now, I'm just kind of looking here. You can see like $9.33 or £10. I can't see anything off the top of my head, but I might load a few of these suppliers up and see, can I see a discounted price? But you say here, like latest deals, it seems like perhaps maybe this product was on offer. I'm just having a quick look. It was available, interesting enough, on Amazon for £6.50, but right now obviously it's not. So quite simply, what am I doing? I'm going to Amazon, finding a product that I like, and I'm looking for one with FBA sellers. Once I've found a product that I like, I'm going to look at that FBA seller, I'm going to look at what they're selling, and then quite simply what I'm going to do is try and find if I can, once I've found that product, see if I can find the supplier for that product. And in turn, what I can then do is maybe I found one product that works, maybe I can use that same supplier to find other products as well. So it's variations of different sourcing techniques, storefront stalking, and then we do reverse sourcing, i.e. finding it in Google, and then once we found a supplier that we like, maybe we didn't know about, or maybe they got a sale on that we didn't know about, then doing like a manual sourcing technique on top of that. So just by using this methodology allows you to find lots of deals, but unfortunately right now I haven't found one, but it's still a manual process. So it leads me quite nicely to say that while this sourcing process or methodology can be a good method to use, i.e. you can find deals by using other people's suppliers, it's still a manual process, and as I showed you in that video, we didn't actually find a deal that was going to work in a very quick space of time. So it still means sourcing is a time inefficient process. It takes time. Now, if you've got plenty of time, that's great, you can do it. But if you are short on time, struggling, and maybe you want to grow your business quicker, what's the solution? Well, let me introduce to you FastTrackFBA Leads. Quite simply, this is whereby a service we run in FastTrackFBA. We've got a team of sourcers sourcing 7 days a week, going out there using lots of different manual sourcing techniques, trying to look for deals that software don't find. It's just going to be more, if you say, less competitive. It's going to allow you to sell the products for longer. Quite simply, what do? We find all the deals we can and we put them onto our web platform, our web application, FastTrackFBA Leads, and where you can go in and choose all the deals that you like, reviewing all the information that you like. And once you've found the deals that you like, you can unlock them and access the supplier and the Amazon link. And what it's going to allow you to do is to buy that stock and resell it. We do all the checks for you, hazmat, IP checking. We show you all the information. It just speeds up your sourcing process and you get to the deals much, much quicker. It saves you having to do all this manual sourcing. It takes time. So if you're looking to scale your business, do check out FastTrackFBA Leads. I'll drop a link in the comments below, and obviously you can have a look at that, and it's going to help you grow your business. Now, top tips for storefront stalking. If you are going to do this methodology, what should you be considered? What should you know about? Well, let's go through them now. Okay, so first things first, look for sellers with about a medium range of ratings. So this is the seller feedback score, i.e. score out of 5, like 4.7, 5 out of 5 stars. Generally you want them to have about more than 20, but probably no more than like 500. Between that range is going to be like, these are the kind of arbitrage sellers that we are like as well. That's what you're looking for. Now, number 2, take a note of the seller's storefront name. The reason is as you go through this process, you might find yourself going back to the same seller and not realizing it and going through all the exact same products. It takes a long time, it's still labor intensive, and if you write down the seller's storefront name, what you can do is then make sure you're not duplicating the process and wasting valuable time. Now, the third and final thing is when you get onto a seller's listings or what they're selling, quite simply, what I would say is just have a quick look through them. I did it in the demonstration. You are looking to make sure that the seller you're selling is pretty much doing all FBA. The odd FBM, okay, but generally you want them to be purely FBA. Why? Because FBM sellers are going to have a different buying criteria, different sourcing criteria and selling criteria than you are as an FBA seller. So if you're looking for arbitrage sellers or only other arbitrage sellers who are doing FBA, it's just going to really help you out. So have a quick skim, look at a couple of listings of theirs, make sure they're all prime FBA selling. Now that is pretty much it for me, that sharing about that manual storefront stalking. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and if you have, give me a thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's just going to notify you when that comes out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link around here to a video of how to find products to sell on Amazon that if you are looking to grow your Amazon arbitrage business, it's just going to really help you out. So check out that video. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.